The next big thing in the music and entertainment industry is the technology of holograms. The art of holograms is called holography and was invented by a man named Dennis Gabor. He accidentally stumbled upon the technology of holography while trying to make a new and improved microscope. One might ask himself, what exactly is a hologram? Holograms are three-dimensional light projections that do not need a screen to be viewed. To create a human or animated object through projection, holograms require multiple angles of metered information from sensors or cameras. This information is then sent to the lasers to make the final produced projection of the human and for it to be displayed and projected in free space. Hologram projections aren't entirely new in the entertainment industry. They have been used in such shows such as Star Wars and Star Trek. But earlier on in 2012 at the Coachella Music Festival, a San Diego-based company called AV Concept revolutionized the idea of holograms. They decided to shock the public by having a hologram of the late passed away Tupac Shakur. This was one of the biggest progressions for holograms in the industry. It proved that an animated hologram was possible. In addition to Tupac, another great example of hologram technology is the Japanese animated performer Hatsune Miku. But there have been arguments that both are not true 3D holograms because they use an invisible screen to create the projection, making them technically 2D. Holographic technology still has its challenges towards being perfected, but I believe with technological advances it can reach mass public appeal like Hatsune Miku in Japan. It could start a new market of holographic concerts. Just imagine the ability to see your favorite performers that you love so much but no longer is around perform. The future of holograms can reach the point of being able to interact back with the audience and humans. With that in mind, the music industry will be able to profit on a new revolutionary concept of entertainment.
Since as long as we can remember, cars and other motor vehicles have been essential aspects of our daily life. We use them to go to work, to go to school, to get some groceries, and so forth. Cars have also been using gasoline, which, as we know it, causes major pollution problems. Until recently, we've only ever used gasoline apart from a few hybrid cars available to the public. We've also been looking for ways to store energy for efficient and lasting energy distribution. A man named Peter Dearman has been working at home on how to use something called liquid air to fuel our vehicles for a cleaner environment and more available resource, as well as using liquid air as a renewable, storable energy source. We've all seen this before, the world-wounding sight of exhaust polluting the air around us. Peter Dearman's liquid air research focuses on the ability for liquid air to act as gas to power an engine without the nasty exhaust of gas. It works just like gas in that when it's heated it creates pressure within the pistons to get an engine going. Gasoline uses antifreeze to keep the liquid from freezing. With liquid air, it's quite simple to keep this concept. Liquid nitrogen, another car fuel in the works, is commonly a byproduct of liquid air and can be used as antifreeze for liquid air if heated correctly. Interesting enough, when liquid air is heated to create pressure, this process of antifreeze occurs. Liquid nitrogen is a great heat conductor for the process. Dearman tested these theories with his own prototype being a lawnmower engine. The concept of liquid air being a fuel for motor vehicles goes back to 1903. This picture shows a patent for the vehicle. Though it's a great idea, back then it was difficult and more expensive to fund research and actual manufacturing of such vehicles. Same goes with electric cars and liquid nitrogen cars. Gasoline was a cheaper alternative. The energy side of liquid air utilizes the same concept of using heat to power things. The most important detail about liquid air is the fact that it can be stored for future use. This is a big step in energy consumption and distribution because not a lot of energy sources are storable. Also, it's renewable. As long as we have air, we can liquefy it. The liquid air is stored in huge tanks like this one for use. When needed, the liquid air is heated in another tank. This diagram shows the process in which liquid air would be used as an energy source. Firstly, there is a plant in which the air is liquefied. Waste electricity from other plants would power this one. After the air has been liquefied, it is either sent directly to the processing tanks or stored for future use. When in the process of producing heat, the liquid air sits in a tank while it's being heated into a vapor. The heat provided is usually excess heat from other plants. When the vapor begins to create pressure, it begins to move turbines within the power recovery station. These turbines then create electricity. Any excess vapor, liquid air, or liquid nitrogen is sent off to be cooled back into its original liquefied state. It is cooled at a cold storage facility, then sent to the liquefaction plant to repeat the entire process. If ever needed, liquid air would be readily available in those storage tanks, thus providing us with the amount of energy we would need at any given time. Peter Dearman is slowly revolutionizing the motor engine and energy business. When liquid air is released for commercial use, we will begin to see cleaner environments and renewable energy sources, thus giving way for infinite energy and gas. Thank you.
The concept of this podcast is the next big thing. Next big thing in the industry is the eye tracking technology. The technology is anything but new. It is used widely in the scientific community, marketing, and the usability studies. What is eye tracking? Eye tracking is the measurement of the eye's activities or emotion of an eye relatively to the head. First it was the mouse, then the touch control, then finally motion control. Advantages eye tracking has. The ability to use eye tracking to control a computer has obvious advantages for disabled people. Well, more than 9,000 paralyzed people operate computers and wheelchairs while using eye trackers. Eye tracking is being used to alert drowsy drivers, diagnose brain trauma, and train machine operators. Eye tracking may also be found used in desktop computers, video game consoles, and e-readers as well. Disadvantages of eye tracking. The equipment is very expensive. Some users can find it difficult to use. With patience and some people nowadays, it will take time for some to get used to it. The future for eye tracking technology. As far as research goes, the leading company is Tobii Technology. With their far along research and leading attempts to create a lot more gaze interaction, alternative communication, and eye tracking integration. This will one day be for everyone's use, but not so fast.
If you've ever taken part in a role-playing game, you already know that interactive storytelling is a compelling method for achieving a simulated version of reality. In the entertainment industry, home theater systems have progressed as tomorrow's technology has become today's latest rage, and the future of home entertainment is about to change again. Reports show that a conclusive progression of interactive storytelling is leading up to home theater experiences that you can not only see, but also physically feel right in your very own home. Right now, 3D technology is the latest rage in the home entertainment experience. And with consumer prices narrowing down to numbers that the average consumer can afford, the race is on to produce the next and best technological advancement in holographic television. Look out, Princess Leia. Obi-Wan Kenobi isn't the only hope for the world. However, the speculation is that holographic television technology is only the most logical leap into the future of television. Believe it or not, it's been reported that simulated reality is the next venture, which by 2015 could include entire living room walls being a one-stop interactive display to your computer systems, television, home phone, and internet. Even more surprising is that the buck doesn't stop there. By 2020, it is predicted that the average consumer will be able to watch television by simply putting on a pair of contact lenses, and the physical feeling of the experience will be achieved through the use of lighting, audio, and rumble effects to really put you in the action of your favorite things to watch. All of this is just the next step to a true virtual reality experience.